think we're good.
Sweet.
Okay, let me check properties real quick. All right, Blue Snowball. All right, and then let's check your audio. Tab.
Yep. How's my audio?
Everything's good. I'm getting ready.
Okay.
So.
All right. Awesome. So everybody should be able to hear us just fine.
Yep. Programmer, welcome to the stream, buddy. All right. So now we're gonna do a reflect and recollect. Tabmok, take it away.
All right. Well, I guess Mortal Kombat 3 debuted in arcades in 1995. And when it did, it was absolutely amazing. You know, Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 were so popular. And with MK3, I think there was a lot of extra coverage that the gaming magazines were giving it. So we knew about MK3 kind of ahead of time. We saw a lot of behind-the-scenes pictures of what was in store for us. I remember seeing stuff about MK3. I remember seeing pictures, screenshots of the game. I remember seeing behind-the-scenes photographs of the actors. I remember seeing interviews and quotes from Ed Boon and John Tobias, so the developers were talking about it. The hype for MK3 before it was even out, it was surreal. Because, you know, not a whole lot of hype for arcade games existed. It used to just be, you go to the arcade and, hey, look, there's a new game. I'll check out what it is. But with MK3, it was different. And Gaming with Glees, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, man, with MK3, it really was, there was a lot of hype. And I guess one of the first things that you would notice about the game when you see it is the side art, you know, the one with the giant Shao Kahn and Sindel. It was just one of those, just seeing those two together, like they really built up Sindel as just to feature her on the side art like that. A new character. That was a ballsy move. You know, with MK2, they kind of played it safe. They stuck with Raiden, who we all knew from the first game. So they kind of took a chance putting Sindel on there. And, you know, they played it safe a little bit by pairing her with Shao Kahn and kind of introducing her to the players by saying, hey, see this evil chick right here? She's with the big badass Shao Kahn that you already know. So that was a really good introduction for her. I thought that was, you know, strong female lead. They were doing it right there with MK3. There was a lot of hype for Shiva. I remember in the gaming magazines, they were hyping that there was going to be like a female version of Goro and that she was going to be playable. So a lot of things like that. You could see that they were going to take some chances here and go in an unexpected direction. Having said that, when you actually played the game, it all looked pretty familiar, right? Because the graphics couldn't really be improved upon from MK2. So the characters are about the same size. They were using the same technology. In MK1, they used like a VHS, which they then brought it converted from tape into digitization. With MK2 and MK3, they were filming it straight from the computer in the first place. So it was straight to digital. So there wasn't really a whole lot of improvement that they could do there. But you did notice a lot of improvement with the backgrounds. So in MK2, everything was very hand-painted. Tony Goski was responsible for a lot of that stuff, you know, like the living forests and the combat tomb and all these iconic backgrounds. With MK3, everything was done very CG. So the backgrounds were pre-rendered sprites, kind of like Donkey Kong Country style. Everything was made in the computer. So you could definitely tell a difference from that perspective. But otherwise, there was a lot of similarity as far as the characters go between MK2 and MK3. And in fact, Shao Kahn was straight up reused from MK2. Like his victory pose, his intro pose, his kicks, his punches. Most of his specials are straight up the exact same sprites from MK2 and MK3. Adam Morton, welcome to the stream, dude. I think that name looks familiar. I think I recognize you. Also, Darkness, hey, welcome to the stream, buddy. Not a fan of Shang Tsung's design. I mean, yeah, they kind of reinvented his look almost every game that he's in. Shang Tsung looks different almost every single time. So, MK3 was very special to me when it came out. He's not in the character select screen here, but, you know, everybody knows that Cyber Smoke is there. Basically, that dragon flips around and turns over to Cyber Smoke, and he is playable when you do the ultimate combat code. And playing as Cyber Smoke, I was actually beating the arcade game. It was MK3 was probably the first one that I was beating in arcades and like drawing a crowd where people would just gather to watch me play one player because they just wanted to see the ending. It was really crazy. Most of the hype with MK games, of course, and all fighting games was really the 2-player mode. But with MK3, at least for me, playing as Smoke, I got a chance to show off some of my 1-player skills. So that was a lot of fun. Anyway, if you want to chime in here and ask any questions, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat and everything seems good. What's up, Darkness? I know I said you guys in the chat, but what's up, programming, gaming with...
Yeah, feel the power of Toasty. It's funny that you mentioned that, because it's like, Toasty was Dan Forden. That was something that he would say whenever we went and did an uppercut. He would just pop out randomly. And they brought that back for MK3. That was like one of those secrets that everybody loved. And they kind of took it in a new direction because they added some other stuff too, like not just Toasty, but now they added one for Frosty.
Oh yeah, that is
pretty sure that most people know how to activate Frosty, but if you play as Sub-Zero and you get the other person down to like a sliver of their health and then freeze them, that's what'll make Dan Forden come out and say Frosty. I see Scott Howell. Welcome, Scott. Scott, thank you very much. Scott is the webmaster and the co-founder. I shouldn't say webmaster. At least at one time he was the webmaster, but still, the torch has been passed on, but still the co-founder of MortalKombatOnline.com. So we've got a celebrity in the stream tonight. Welcome, Scott Howell. And of course, we've got Beyond Josh and Manalo Sanchez. Hey, what's up, you guys? Just doing an MK3, reflect and recollect.
Yep. Man. And then I think...
And you know what, guys? There is something else that you should know about MK3. The world was changing. One of the most amazing things that happened was the advent of the internet. The internet was catching on in popularity. Back then, it was all dial-up, but there was still the Midway team, the developers, were reaching out to players through the internet, and they were actually hyping up the game that way. There was a sound file released of Johnny Cage's funeral where they said that he was killed at the hands of Kintaro and MK2. There was this promo image of the Versus screen showing Kano versus Sonya, and there was a little message underneath them that said, "What do these two have in common?" And so the gaming magazines also kind of took that stuff and printed it out. But the internet was definitely part of the hype for it was at least the first time that I'm aware of that it was used to hype up a Mortal Kombat game where the developers actually went online and started sharing stuff directly with the players. So that was the start of a whole new age.
Yeah, so I mean, Mortal Kombat, if you think about...
Yeah, the internet wasn't very common back then. I think it was in less than, 1995. Has to be less than 10% of households. But still, man, it was a thing that they were using and they were pushing to market MK3. So they were pretty much ahead of the curve on that one.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, by the way, I had my fucking mic on mute on Discord. So I was sort of talking and then, yeah. But everybody...
So if we were talking over each other, that's what happened.
Oh, no. We weren't. By the way, hello, everybody. Let's see. Adam says, who has your favorite aminality in 3? In your opinion, mine is Stryker as the T-Rex.
Okay, I'm really glad you brought that up, Adam. Because MK3 was one of those things where they took a rumor that had been circulating for quite a while, and they finally made it a reality. And the animality was one of those things that they were talking about in MK2. The fans were saying, Sub-Zero can turn into a polar bear for his animality. And in MK3, they actually made that happen. So if you ever wonder, like, well, where did they come up with that idea from? That was from the fans. Yeah, the fans were talking about that before the developers actually did it. So as far as my favorite, yeah, probably is that one. What do you think? What's your favorite animality?
It's Scorpion turning into a damn penguin.
Okay. Okay. If you're not going to take this seriously, why do I even ask?
I mean, come on, it's such a cool idea. Like, he's the opposite of what he's supposed to do. And then, oh, who actually took the scorpion? It was
Shiva. Shiva
yeah.
did. Yeah.
I never got that. I really did.
I mean, I got it. But okay, so you have to remember, you have to like as you watch the games unfold, right? When you play MK3, it's like there is no scorpion in the game, you know,
oh, yeah,
for the first time, and it's like, all right, well, let's just make Shiva have animality. Let's make her into a scorpion. That'll be a nice little like nod to Scorpion, who's not in this game, but at least we can see an animality of a scorpion. And then when Ultimate came out later and they actually put Scorpion in the game, it's like, oh crap, now what do we do? So they just gave him, yeah, they just like, let's just give him a penguin then. What the hell?
Let's see, Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat 3 original is Kano.
It's true.
That's true.
It's true. Yeah, man, you do that code to fight Noob Saibot, and that's the only way to access him is with the combat code. You basically fight the Noob Saibot sprite is basically made from Kano turned all black. I wonder if Rich DeVizio even knows that. I wonder if anybody even told him that was a thing they did. You know what? I am going to see him at C2E2. That's happening in March. I think it was March 22nd in Chicago. He'll be there. So if anybody wants to go over there and tell him before I get the chance to, you'll have a chance coming up.
Oh, man. Let's see. What else do we got here? Let's see. But yeah, if you actually think about it, Mortal Kombat was the first to kind of like revolutionize the oh, what's up, Atomic? Wait, what's a shallow monk's purity? God damn it, Jared.
Hey, you gotta admit, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
You should finish it out, though. It should be Kung Jin and Tonic.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, the, what's it called? But, you know, the guys at Midway, you know, Ed Boon, John Tobias, Vogel, they really did revolutionize the industry. They were one of the big guys to like push the internet on their video games, other than the id Software guys. You know, John Carmack and John Romero with their Doom and the mods. But they really revolutionized the internet, and then not only that, both those games did like those two games, and then Lethal Enforcers did create the ERSB. So
I would say that Mortal Kombat was probably first and foremost among the games that led to that, along with Doom and Night Trap, and well, basically, you know, games were becoming more mature. The people who grew up on video games are now getting older, and they wanted older, more mature themed titles, and so it had to happen. You know, it had to happen eventually. Mortal Kombat was just there pushing the boundaries.
So tell me.
And you're right. It happened right in between MK2 and MK3. Like this is right where the formation of the ESRB happened.
There we go. All right. So, let's see here. What do we got? But yeah, I think I'm ready to play the game.
Okay. Yeah. Let's fire it up.
Alrighty. So main screen. All right. Let's close this down a bit. Now,
I got to give them credit too. It was really cool how they introduced two characters that were you know, stop motion figurines. They had Shiva and Motaro, because in the previous games they only had one each.
There we go.
I wonder how many months or weeks it took to make this game.
Probably a lot. I mean,
It had to be months. It could not have been weeks.
Because, okay.
Oh, there you go. Looks good, man.
I'm not getting any audio.
Uh-oh.
Let me go over here. No, I do not want to play Shiva. There we go. Okay.
Outstanding.
Alright. Alright. So let's restart this real quick. P, Alt F. Alright. We should be good. And let's pick my arcade main. Now, if you guys did not know, this is actually the first Mortal Kombat to introduce something called the run button, which is actually one of my personal favorite mechanics of this game.
Yeah, the new button was hype. I gotta say, like, the idea that they were gonna make that drastic of a change. Not to mention the combo system. That was also new.
Yeah. Because I believe Street Fighter 2 was the one that created it on accident, and then I mean you can sort of do combos in Mortal Kombat 1 if you spam the punch button, which is very much a staple within very much a staple with the arcade versions of Mortal Kombat.
Absolutely, and not to mention, it was even possible in 2. Even Baraka had one of those, like, if you did his close kick, real fast, like while you were up close, high kick again, he would actually do a combo. That was sort of like a precursor to the combo system. But back then, Baraka was the only one that could do anything like this. And you know, Killer Instinct actually came out in between MK2 and MK3. So when MK3 introduced the combo system, a lot of people said, "Ah, this feels just like Killer Instinct."
And which is kind of strange because those are one of my favorite fighting game franchises, especially if you guys look at my logo. Oh, Jesus Christ, Lou. All right. I guess he really wants to win Mortal Kombat 3. But if you guys notice with my logo, the K is actually a K for Killer Instinct.
Yep. I remember I noticed that last time I said something about it. I thought that was really cool.
Oh my god. I've always hated Liu Kang, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, and you know what else is neat? Like, the programmer of video games, he just says, "I like the game. It's the first one to include the run button."
Yeah.
And they figured out, like, you don't want to have unlimited run, because that kind of, like, breaks the game, so they put it in with a meter. So you can kind of see as you're running that your meter is drawing down, so you can't just run forever. And then, not to mention, that when you do combos, those combos actually take away from your run meter too. So after you hit somebody with like a 7 or 8 hit combo, you can't just run up to them and combo them again. The game makes you wait a little bit for your meter to recharge. This is also the first MK3 game where we'll actually display the combo that you did and how many hits that you had and so forth.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I saw that. 2 bicycle kicks in a row.
Yeah, I know.
That's nonsense.
Oh, God.
You try doing that as a player. There's no way.
Oh, crap. What's the ice shower?
Down, forward, high punch.
I thought that was... Oh, yeah, that's right. No. Freeze is down, forward, X. Or low punch.
Low punch. Yeah. Yeah, well, you can also control where the ice shower will land by doing other movements. So you can do down, forward, and then back, then high punch. Yeah.
Oh, God.
That was a nice little stage transition that you did. MK3 was also the first game to include those.
Oh, damn it.
You kind of wonder how much of this stuff was ideas that they had from previous MK games that they just never had a chance to implement.
Oh, God. Boom, baby. Alright, let's do it. I should have done a nice shower.
And now I just caught up on the chat and I see that Adam Morton was saying the same thing before I did.
Yeah. Oh, God, no. You better do a fatality.
And you know, in the pit 1, you could like transition the other way. You know, like knock them from the pit down to the pit to the bottom. At least as far as like a stage finisher. Hey, what's going on, Jared?
Jared, I think it's because they didn't know that Scorpion was actually, you know, very popular. I believe it was, wasn't it?
No, they knew he was popular.
Oh.
No, I think it's more just like we don't want the game to feel like a rehash. We want to make it feel different. You can't just keep having all the same characters coming and returning every single game.
And that's what ended up happening in the future. Oh, shit. Until the 3D era came, and then that was like awesome.
And it's like, well, yeah, they got rid of Scorpion this one time, and then never again.
Frosty!
Yep.
Ah, yeah.
But you know what? You have to take risks. You can't play it too safe. Honestly, I think that including Scorpion, it would have probably hurt the game because people would say, hey, you know what? This feels too much like MK2. They're not making enough changes.
Damn it, Lou. Holy shit, okay. Damn it. If only people knew they were gonna kill him off 2 games later.
Yeah, because again, you can't just keep saying the story is a new threat emerges, and then Liu Kang defeats them. And another threat emerges, and then Liu Kang defeats them. And a new threat emerges, and Liu Kang comes and defeats them too. At some point, you gotta mix things up. You can't let the franchise become stale. You know, you really have to you have to take it in a new direction every once in a while. Jared is saying we got like 2 other games that were similar to 3. You know...
not Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Oh.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's talking about Ultimate and
then Trilogy, which was my first game.
Ah, okay.
I suck ass at it now.
Well, it's like, you know what? At the time, that was a common thing because Street Fighter 2 had like, you know, a million different versions of that going around. There was like Super Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and Hyper Fighting and Championship Edition, and God knows what they were doing.
Rainbow Edition.
Yep, gotta, yeah, the one with Chameleon.
Let's see.
But, you know, but it's like this, man. It's like the arcades wanted to keep the gamers coming in. They didn't like the fact that as soon as the game came out on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, that then the arcades would dry up. So Midway was like, hey, don't worry. When the home versions come out, we're going to come up with a new one. We're going to revise this game and give you an ultimate upgrade. That way the gamers will keep coming to the arcades too. So that was sort of the purpose behind Ultimate MK3. And then, you know, the home systems got like a watered-down version of Ultimate. And then they also got, then the newer generation of consoles got Trilogy, which was originally sold as like all 3 games in one, but I think it ended up being more like 3 with dashes of 2 and just a hint of 1.
Does anybody else think that, oh shit. Damn it. Does anybody think that Liu Kang is the protagonist in 11? Because I do. One of them.
You know, I kind of like the idea of not having a protagonist. I kind of like the idea that there's like a team of people. You know, Raiden was not really the protagonist in MK9 or MKX. He kind of messed things up for the most part, but he was trying. Damn it, he tried. I kind of like the idea that it's just a team of people, and you never really know who's gonna come through in the end. You never know who's gonna win that final fight.
See, that's kind of why I like Injustice 2, or sort of story mode-wise, even though I hate the chapter system. They at least, like, let you choose an ending.
Yeah.
Which, to me, is like, holy shit, okay.
Yeah, I really like... honestly, I actually think I like the chapter system a lot better than most people.
Damn, thank you, Shiva. Fatality. Something's happening. Come on, fight stick, what's wrong?
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Your stick got stuck. Can you unstick the stick?
Yeah, I believe so. Hold up. Okay. Nope, god damn it. Oh, I just lost all my progress.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
God damn it.
Oh, I love that ad for the movie, though. You know, I see some people want to discuss MK11, and I do want to get in on the MK11 discussion in a minute. I know you're trying to fix your MAME and resume MK3. So while you work on that, I will say this, guys. One thing that was great about MK3 when it first came out was the fatality movements. In the early versions, they were very straightforward. It was basically just, you know, Shiva's fatality was forward, low punch. And they were basically all that simple. Everything was just the same button 4 times in a row. One direction, 4 times, and then a button. And all the fatalities were easy to figure out. It was amazing.
Up, down, left, right.
What happened to your joystick, man? How did this happen?
It literally just kept on flashing and stuff. So after the stream, I'm just gonna check on the little guy. I know I've been using him for Soul Calibur and Tekken a whole shit ton. So because I've been playing with History Behind the Warriors. So like he's been up on me with that with that Soul Calibur. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, he's actually really good at the game. Excellent. And what's up, Omega? We missed you too, man. And don't worry, for you guys, oh god. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, Kung Lao. The man based on a Bond villain and looks like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, both of those have been documented as actual sources of inspiration for Kung Lao too.
Yep, and the way that the Bond villain is the reason why he's able to throw his hat, and then the Clint Eastwood inspiration is what's his fatality combination?
Sub-Zero's? Mm-hmm. Try block, run, block, run.
Really, that? block, block, run, block, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. There we go. But yeah, the reason Storm Collectors are you making a figurine of that Sub-Zero? Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, Galloping Ghost Arcade made one of them too. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I wish I had enough money to get those statues. There we go. So block, block, run.
Yeah, while you're up close.
Yeah. Block, block. So block, block, run, block 1. Oh god.
Wait, block, block, run, block, run.
Oh. I thought you said 1. Oh.
No, there's no numbers here. Come on.
Okay, so block, block, run, block, run.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why I fucked up.
That's all right. You got this. You got this. All right, let me get caught up on some of this MK11 discussion now. Programmer of video games says, for MK11, there are theories surrounding Chronica that she is Shinnok's, I think he meant to say Shinnok's wife, or an avatar of the One Being, or that she wants to awaken the One Being. And
Aw, damn it.
I don't know, man. I don't personally buy into any of those. What about you?
The only I see with Chronica, I think she's just a new character. And then the Dream Goddess, I know I said on the channel that that's who I thought was. Just, oh my god, fuck off with your down or back 4 or back 3, sorry. But there's a theory going around that the Dream Goddess is like a servant of the of Chronica, which I can definitely see that. There we go.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion like, hey, maybe the girl from Jade's Ending was actually Chronica this whole time. It's like, yeah,
well,
maybe.
She has
maybe.
hair.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like, you know, they showed in the Matrix, Neo had hair when he was in the dream. Got it. Neo had hair when he was in the dream world. You know, just because you have hair in a dream doesn't mean you have hair in real life.
True.
I do think there's a little bit more credibility to that theory than some of the other stuff I've been hearing about her, you know?
Yeah.
Despite the fact that she looks different. Like, the fact that somebody looks different really doesn't mean anything in Mortal Kombat. I mean, if you look at how Liu Kang and Kung Lao look when they show flashbacks, you know, like in MKX, right? They showed a flashback to Raiden guiding Liu Kang and Kung Lao when they were still alive.
Yeah.
Raiden didn't even have his MK9 amulet. You know, he was wearing a completely different costume. Who cares? The way somebody looks and during a particular time means almost nothing at this point, you know?
And who knows? She might have lost all that hair and changed her costume as well in 25 years.
Yeah, people can get haircuts, right? All right. In the old MK games, was Kano's Cyber Eye would switch sides in the gameplay. Well, yeah, right. Because for them to make it so that the eye would not switch, they'd basically have to film the actor twice. Hey, good job pulling off these fatalities, man.
Thank you. Well, thank you for telling me that. Oh god, Shiva. Oh god, she's running.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I still remember all these fatalities all these years later.
Smoke in Mortal Kombat 11. Here's what I think the roster is going to consist of: Mortal Kombat 2 characters and whoever's the remaining Revenants. So I think we're going to see Striker, Cabal, and Smoke.
It's so hard to make roster predictions because with DLC, like everything just kind of everything's on the table. Like guests, we've all but gotten confirmation of Spawn as a guest. It's like, yeah, crazy stuff happens.
I don't know about Spawn. Like if they don't put him in this one, I mean, Todd McFarlane won't say anything.
Oh, Willie.
Oh yeah, he said something I think about Injustice 2 and being in Injustice 2.
Oh, you know what? Thank you for putting his comments into context. That clears things up a lot.
Yeah, he does all that, and then well, no, he said that him and Ed Boon talked, and then Ed Boon's like, we did talk. Hold up. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, talking is one thing. Doesn't mean you necessarily came to an agreement.
Ah, damn it.
So Jared's saying that there's a theory that Chronica is from the Order Realm. She's trying to bring order to the timeline, and her base looks a lot like the Order Realm. I mean, you know, there might be some similarities aesthetically. You know, like the color scheme or whatever. She just doesn't seem like an Order Realm kind of a person to me. But what's weird is, you know, like in MK Armageddon's Conquest mode, there was a scene where Havoc was trying to dethrone Shinnok. Like, he just didn't want Shinnok to be in charge. So, of course, if Havoc is against Shinnok, then I guess Order Realm would be in favor of him. But, no, I think Chronica's thing is really, she's trying to preserve the integrity of the timeline. I feel like that's her role, that's her job. She is supposed to make sure that the timeline remains intact. So, really, I think that's all she cares about. Like, if 1 million people are supposed to die in the correct timeline, then whatever, that's what has to happen. Because preserving the integrity of the time itself, that's the only thing she cares about. That's her priority. And I also think that if Chaos Realm were to win, and somebody tried to use time travel to stop that from happening, she would fix that. I think she would say, no, Chaos Realm was supposed to win in the correct timeline. I just really think that preserving the correct timeline is the only thing that matters to her.
Which, Jared is right. Half the roster was leaked. And, I mean, they kind of confirmed some characters, too, like, I mean, Cabal, of course. But they also did, give me a second here. Let me think. Liu Kang. They confirmed Liu Kang, and then, Kung Lao. So,
yeah. Yeah, Best Buy kind of accidentally confirmed Liu Kang even earlier.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I knew he was going to be in the game.
Oh, you were pretty sure about that, huh?
Yeah, no. I mean, well, like, they heavily teased that in X about him and Katana being, the Fresh Prince of the Nether Realm, so.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah, his life really did get flipped turned upside down then.
God damn it, Raiden! No! I shouldn't have done that.
Programmer of video games is saying, so she wants Kahn to win Armageddon?
I mean...
Yeah.
I guess so.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to happen. In MK9, Raiden said his time amulet was made by the Elder Gods. What's the purpose of having it if they don't want him to fix things? You know, that does put on... You do raise a couple of questions there.
Sorry.
Like, is it the amulet himself that allowed him to send a message back in time to himself? Or was Raiden doing that of his own power? And was the amulet being broken just a side effect of that? Maybe the amulet wasn't the cause of his time travel message. I don't know. But even if it was, were the Elder Gods all 100% unanimous in their agreement that Raiden should have that ability? Or was there maybe one god, like Chronica, who was against that decision? So there's always a way to explain these things, and I'm pretty sure that MK11... Yeah, no problem. But I'm pretty sure MK11 will cover that, you know. I'm pretty sure they're going to explain these things away. At least some of them, you know.
There we go.
Got her.
There we go. So, see, I don't know about this. And then, like, oh God, there we go. God, looking at this game reminds me of Dashi's, parodies.
Yeah.
Got it. Anybody that was into OG YouTube remembers those. Good dinner. Let's see. No. There we go. I would love to see Smoke in Mortal Kombat. No, I think him and Noob are actually one of the most requested characters in Mortal Kombat. Because, like, even Jade too, even though, like, her competitive presence isn't, like, she's not, like, the most played character.
Yeah. No, she's got her fan base.
Yeah, but she's a fan favorite. So
right.
I think, like, with how, like I said, how the roster is gonna be, the oh God, that's right, you can't freeze Mataro. Shit.
Yeah, basically he's the rubber, you're the glue. Whatever you do will bounce off of him and stick to you.
Oh God. Oh God! I love that sound that he does.
Yeah, it's really good. Dan Forden was the guy in charge of all the music. He's also the guy that does Toasty and Frosty. He's just amazing.
I mean, they said it well in Armageddon's Conquest mode. Or no, sorry. I believe that's Deception that I'm talking about.
Oh, I remember. Oh, yeah. I just remember from Deception's Conquest mode, Motaro shows up in Earthrealm after you get out of the village, and he just shows up in the forest, and he's like, "Here, take this."
That's a question for you, Tabmok, from Programmer.
Okay. Okay, so Programmer says, I was going to save this for the MK4 discussion, but let's talk about Jade from MK Annihilation. Why did they make her a traitor like Tanya?
God damn it.
You know, whenever I go to those events, like where they have a panel with all the actors and actresses from the movies, I never did get a chance to meet her. Irina. Irina was the actress who played Jade. Irina Panteva, I think. I'm not sure about the pronunciation.
You cheap bastard.
Oh yeah, he's tough, man. I think the easiest person to play as to beat him is Shiva and just spam her teleport.
Isn't that just down up?
That is.
Oh God.
No, but I think Jade makes more sense tonight. You know, because Jade wasn't in MK4. And Tanya wasn't really a fully developed character by then, so I don't even want to say that the Annihilation writers just took Tanya's story and gave it to Jade. I guess, you know, it's one of those things where Jade, she was shown, like in the Malibu comics, as being kind of like a mindless servant for Shao Kahn. And the games, they had her as loyal to Katana, but that was only in Ultimate MK3. This was like the one game where they showed her, oh, she's a friend to Katana, and in her ending, she stays loyal. But, you know, in the beginning of the game, if you only know her from her bio, it basically teaches that Shao Kahn ordered Reptile to kill Katana and ordered Jade to capture her and bring her in alive. So Jade was still serving the Emperor. So what Annihilation did doesn't really seem like that big of a stretch. Of course, judging Jade from what we know about her now, from, you know, from many games later. We know her from Deception very well, and we know her from MK9 story mode very well. None of that stuff existed. So the direction that Annihilation took her in by making her just stay loyal to Shao Kahn instead of Katana, that didn't really seem like too big of a change. Does that make sense? I hope that answers your question, because what the Jade that we knew back then wasn't this fully formed Jade that we know now.
Damn it. Omega.
Well, you can do it. You can do it. I know you were close there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, what up, Emo? Oh yeah, by the way, Twitch. Oh god. No, not currently. I'd rather, I'm more of a cook man myself.
Oh, I wasn't keeping up with the Twitch. What did I miss?
He's asking if I want his bike commander. Oh god damn it, it's Nate. God damn it. I mentioned my my YouTube once at fucking work, and then everybody
Now everybody likes to come in and check up on you. Yeah. Cool.
It's
cool.
my day off, Nate. Alright? It's my day off. Oh. Nope, damn it. Fuck. Alright. I told him you're welcome. Uh-huh. I saw it on wait. Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, I guess it does say I'm streaming, doesn't it? There we go.
Well, you are, right?
Yeah, but on Discord it has like a purple icon, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, boom, baby. Bitch slap.
You know, I don't think the chat is carrying over into the chat window properly in the video. That's...
Wait, what?
Yeah, like if you know how you have like the green area set up with like with the acid pool, and it says chat. I don't see anybody chatting in there.
Oh,
none of the chats show up. Yeah, that's all right.
Hold up.
Oh, you're gonna fix it? Can you fix it?
285 and someone comment.
Oh, I'll comment.
Yeah, let me.
Omega is heel. His favorite character, the one that he likes the best, is Scarlet. You think that's the best looking one?
Dude, I love Scarlet. I wish she was. I wish for her to be in Mortal Kombat X.
Well, look, she was in 9, and she'll be in 11.
Hey, can you remember the? Actually, never mind. I'll type this in. 285 720. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a new chat box.
Programmer of video games is asking about the death of Johnny Cage.
Ooh.
And
they tried doing that in 9, and then Raiden stopped it.
Well, even going back to earlier, look, when we started the stream, I mentioned that there was a Johnny Cage. There was like a funeral sound file going around, in I think it was passed around by the Midway team. Not really 100% sure how official that is, but it is true that we heard a thing where Johnny Cage was being killed by Kintaro. It was an MK3 promotional sound file saying that he was killed at the hands of Kintaro in MK2. But then, yeah, later with MK Trilogy, they said that he survived MK2 and that he was killed by Shao Kahn's extermination squads, led by Motaro. So, yeah, that is basically right. And in fact, I'm going to spam my own video here. Good. Well, in that case, I am going to spam my own video here and link to a video about how Johnny Cage died, because I do provide that sound file, and the original story and the new story, the whole thing. So here we go. Don't watch this now, because I don't want you guys to get kicked out of the stream. But save that file, save that link, and come back to it later, because I will, in that video, I discuss every single death of Johnny Cage that they ever had throughout the franchise. To tell you the truth, I still wonder what the Revenant Johnny Cage will be like in MKX. Oh, okay. Good job beating Motaro, by the way.
Thank you.
You're up to Shao Kahn. I like that. I don't know. I don't know that you will see a Revenant Johnny Cage. I don't know that they'll ever go in that direction with him now.
I could do that too, bitch. Oh my god. We just started spamming fireballs.
Yeah, and it was close, but you know, Shao Kahn's fireballs do a little bit more damage than your fireballs, don't they?
Ah, Jesus. Come on. You and your fucking kicks.
Yeah, believe it or not, after you land an uppercut, one of the best things you can do is use the run button, run right up to him, and then do another uppercut.
Oh god. Oh, damn, he hit me with that.
Yeah.
No, I meant to pick Sub-Zero, because I actually know his moves.
There you go. Well, you were pulling off Shiva's moves just fine.
Oh god damn it. This down-up ain't working. Down-up machine broke. No! Oh, it works when it shouldn't, but...
Yeah. When you don't want it to, that's when it starts working. Okay, so Omega is heal. I meant an MKX whenever Johnny Cage almost got turned into a Revenant. I wonder what it would have been like if he was.
I know what part he's talking about.
Yeah, he was just about transformed.
You and your fucking me. Okay. I guess we're winning with Shiva.
Well, here's my strategy for beating Shao Kahn. When the round first starts, just take a step back. If you take one step back, he'll usually do the rising knee uppercut, and then you just uppercut him. And then after you get that first uppercut, just run up to him, uppercut him. Run up to him, uppercut him. Run up to him, uppercut him. He usually falls for it.
Oh, there we go. So like that.
Yeah. You got it, man.
And apparently he hates ice showers too. So.
Yeah, now the ice clone doesn't work on him. Your ice clone disappears after like immediately, and it'll never hit him.
Oh god. Oh, you stupid bitch! I was one uppercut away.
Yeah.
All right,
Very
now I know
close.
what to do with your stanky ass. Oh shit.
That was an authentic fight.
Ah! No! Fuck, he blocked.
Yeah, but you can do this. You can do this.
I think I unlocked smoke.
Well, I mean, the game was hinting at him, but no, that wasn't an unlock.
Okay, I was about to say.
That round 2. Fight.
Oh, see, when you tried to run up to him and do that uppercut, you didn't run up close enough. You had too much distance there. In that last round.
No!
Should have had it.
Yeah, I know.
So in MK9 story mode, my dad took the week to beat Shao Kahn. Oh, that's funny. He just took the week off from work and just stayed home to try to beat Shao Kahn. You know, if he's starting to catch wind of your patterns, you may need to stop with the ice shower.
Oh, shit.
Yep, I saw that.
Damn it. He sounds like a Ratchet and Clank villain. I forget who it is. Oh god. Ratchet and Clank 3. There we go.
Oh, one more time.
Oh god. Damn it! Okay, so I think I know what the problem is. You can only do that uppercut twice, right?
No, not necessarily. You can sometimes get it to do more than that, but your timing has to be precise. Oh, programmer of video games, you just triggered everybody in the chat with this one. How did you feel about that twist that Shao Kahn was Raiden's brother in Annihilation? To be honest, I actually read the book before the movie came out. I read the Mortal Kombat Annihilation novelization. So I knew all about it, like, you know, talk about spoilers. I already knew that spoiler before the movie was out. And when the book did it, it actually seemed cool. I don't know how to explain it. Like, when I was reading it, it seemed fine. Then watching it unfold on the screen, it was like, not so much. I mean, they did that for the movie. That doesn't necessarily have any bearing on the games. Like, the movie can do whatever they want because they're like their own self-contained story. But when the writers of the movie make that decision, that doesn't automatically mean that the games are stuck with it.
Shit, I think my...
You don't want anything happening to you in the last fight, man, that's for sure.
Fuck. Well, I think some did happen. Yeah.
Well, how are you at using your keyboard?
Pretty fucking bad. But I could probably try. I wish I could like restart the game without losing any progress.
Yeah.
No, my apparently my fucking there's something wrong with my fight stick. I'm gonna have to look into it after the stream. Let's see.
Your stick. Is it an Xbox stick?
No, it's a Mayflash F500, so it works with everything. Left, right. Okay. High punch. Block. High kick. No.
Okay, so you're using like a PC stick, right?
It like I said, it just works with everything. So.
Oh, it's like a universal.
Yeah.
Like it's just has a USB stick and it's designed for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Cool.
Low punch, low kick. And run. Oh god, this is gonna be awkward.
Fight. You never.
Ah. God damn it, I wish this thing would work. Rude. Shit. Oh, fuck. Alright. Well. Damn it, I just restarted it.
Dude, you're on the last guy.
Yeah, I mean, at least I know how to beat Katara, or not Katara, Mataro, damn it. High kick, low punch, low kick. Actually, if you want to, while I'm, let's see, no. If you want to, while I'm, working on this, or getting it back, we can probably do,
Trivia.
Yep, trivia. So, let me put it to that screen real quick and test your knowledge. All right, should be good. So, just tell me when.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Alrighty. I got it up.
Oh, Es Muy Rico just joined the channel. Like, perfect timing, dude. We're just starting up the trivia.
There we go. But yeah, just tell me when to share the question.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, why don't you handle that, because I'm seeing everything on sort of a delay. So why don't you go ahead and read the question? That'd probably be better.
Well, just say it and then I'll show it up on screen.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay, first question then. The first game to introduce brutalities was which one? There's gonna be maybe one or two easy ones, but there is some very tricky stuff here, that's for sure. So yeah, the first game to introduce brutality.
you're close. That's Moy.
Yeah, brutalities were not actually in MK3.
I think programmer got it right.
I mean, yeah, with that slash there, it's like, that slash, it's like, are you giving two answers at the same time? Like, Jared actually says Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 without the slash. It's like, see, that's like, I kind of want to give it to Jared, but then I hate taking it away from programmer on a technicality.
There we go.
Because when you say MK3/Ultimate, it's like, well, the MK3 part is wrong, but the Ultimate part is right.
One answer, my ass. I don't know, it's up to you.
I mean, he kind of acknowledged that it was his bad. Like, he knows. Like, I don't feel too bad taking it away from him because he kind of knows, like, yeah, that was sort of on him. I guess we should give this one to Jared. Jared the dog.
Which would make it... oh, I forgot to put the answer up. Let's see. So Jared is actually up by 2 points. He's the only kid with 2 points.
Yeah, because everybody... There's like a 7-way tie or something. Yeah, so he's the first one to get past that and have a tiebreaker.
Alright, tell me when you're ready for question 2.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty, question 2 is up.
Okay. When Shao Kahn invaded the Earth, he appointed Motaro, the head of blank, to hunt down and kill any surviving humans. What was Motaro in charge of? Motaro was appointed the head of these. So anybody who's deep into the lore will know this.
We got a tiebreaker again.
Yeah, Extermination Squad. Extermination, what?
And let's see, so that means that I think Programmer and Jared are, yeah, they're both in a tie. Holy shit.
It's true. It's true.
Let's see. Alright. So everything is off, and we're ready for question 3. Just tell me when you're ready.
Okay, well, before we do 3, Jared he says, I'm probably going to get the wrong answer, but Human Extermination Squad. And it's like, yeah, that is slightly wrong, plus you're a little late. So sorry about that, Jared. You're tied now with the Programmer of Video Games. You both have 2 points. Carrying over from previous Mortal Mondays.
Oh,
and now I'm ready for the 3rd one.
Alrighty, hold up. Question 3 is up.
Okay. There is a martial arts movie starring Daniel Pacina, Catalan Zamiar, Ho Sung Pak, and Richard DeVigio. What is it called? Now you remember these guys played Johnny Cage and all the ninjas in MK1 and 2, Katana and Melina, Liu Kang, Kano, Cabal, Quan Chi, Baraka. These guys were actors for a lot of the cast from the first couple Mortal Kombat games, and they were in Book of Swords together. Ah, crap! I just gave it out.
Yeah, you just gave it out.
Undo that, cancel that.
Gotcha.
Ah.
We could give out another question.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that was the hardest one. That was the hardest question too, though. I'm pretty sure nobody knew that.
Actually, you know what? Everybody that watched the stream earlier would probably know this one. What 3 games were the result of the ERSB?
Oh, yeah, hey. That's right. Name 3 games that led to the formation, that inspired the need for the creation of the ASRB. Good question.
Got Gotta gotta think on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, honestly, if you have a chance to go on eBay and look for a copy of Book of Swords, you really should.
2 out of 3.
No, he's got he's right. That's 3 out of 3. Yeah.
I thought it was Mortal Kombat, Lethal Enforcers, and Night Trap.
Nah, Doom was part of it.
Okay,
Doom was right there in the thick of it too.
I was thinking Lethal Enforcers because it had the toy gun, and then they like put a PG-13 rating, I believe, on it.
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely more than one game that inspired it, but absolutely, Night Trap was part of those congressional hearings. Doom was part of those congressional hearings. I'm sure Lethal Enforcers was as well.
Yeah, because I remember watching that. There we go. When when I was researching for the Mortal Monday trailer, because I had to watch Kangaroo, Captain Kangaroo.
Oh, you know what? Let me backtrack a bit. I'm looking at the Wikipedia article, and it says Doom was not mentioned in the Senate hearings, but it did come up again later in 1999 after the Columbine High School massacre.
That's why I said that. Was because
Yeah.
I think Doom was during that formation, but it was talking about.
It's weird though. It was a thing, you know. I mean, it definitely existed at the time.
Yeah, because I think Doom just had its 25th anniversary, so it was made 1 year after Mortal Kombat, so 1994.
Yeah.
Crap. No. Damn it, ball. Guys. But you know what? I'll give Jared the point.
I mean, I did actually mention it earlier in the stream, and so, you know, he should get partial credit there, I guess, yeah.
So that means that Jared is up by 3 points, Programmer is up by 2, MJ Will Got Skills has 1, Omega is Heal has 1, Anto W has 1, Quentin Carroll has 1, and Spencer 6389 has 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 participants in this race.
Okay.
Shit. So, I am almost done. I had to do it on the novice one so we can do it faster.
Yep.
Let me just beat Cabal and then I'll put the sound back on. Oh god. Let's see. Okay.
No, it's crazy is if anybody actually wanted to, they could go on YouTube and search for those 1993 video game hearings, and they could actually just watch them unfold. You can watch the senators talk about how bad Mortal Kombat is. It's great.
Yeah, when I was working on Mortal Monday, it was originally just gonna be just basically a retrospective of all things. But after like trying to find footage about the controversy that it held, and if you guys think about it, I was making that trailer in February of last year, so I was still in high school and shit. So I think they came out with the Mortal Kombat 25-year anniversary trailer. I was like, they just showed gameplay and stuff like that, not really controversy. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna show what Mortal Kombat really did. And you know, just listening to parents say, oh, this is the most violence, I wouldn't let my kids play it at all. And then Captain Kangaroo, I forget what his name is, his actual name is, but he said, you know, that games like this are a damage to kids. And it's kind of like cool because it's like when you look at today, like they think that Mortal Kombat 1 was bad. Just wait till they see Mortal Kombat X. Like,
No, the difference in violence is surreal.
yeah, I don't think anybody could have like foreseen like how it actually was gonna turn out. That it was actually gonna be like 10 times worse, and then everybody's all right, even though people are still trying to go after video games for no apparent reason.
Yeah, you don't really see that so much these days, you know?
Yeah.
They were given a lot of grief. Yeah, they were given a lot of flack in the beginning when this stuff was new. There was some controversy. There's a rating system, and then the whole thing just kind of went away. Like, well, all right, they have a rating on them now, so we don't worry about it.
Yeah, and while watching those, it was like I believe Ed Boon was in the Senate, I believe. Either it was the guys at Midway or the guys at id were like in front of Congress and the Senate and everything.
I think it was people from like Nintendo and Sega, and I don't think anybody from Midway was actually there.
Yeah, but they stood their ground about the games. You know, it was really, really good. And
yeah.
Esmodrico, yes, I actually do believe that. Especially when it comes to Noob Saibot's fatality. And then Raiden's fatality in Mortal Kombat 9 is actually a reference to Monty Python's Holy Grail. Because it says "'tis but a scratch," and he takes off the arms first, and takes off the legs, and then he smashes the head, which I mean doesn't actually happen, but yeah.
You know, that fatality in MK3 where Jax gets like super huge and then stomps on you, that's also a Monty Python reference.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, shit. Damn it, Cyrax.
In MK Trilogy, I could only beat Shao Kahn with Motaro.
Yeah, MK Trilogy was basically the Armageddon of, like, oh my god, dude.
Of like the 2D era, basically. Yeah.
Now I wonder if we're gonna get that level of characters in a future Mortal Kombat. Maybe the PS5.
I don't know, man. I think because they have kind of done things like guest characters that they'll probably never be able to bring back. I think those days are done. Like, I don't think you'll ever have Kratos from God of War coming back, you know?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Flawless victory. Damn, alright.
Got it.
Toasty. Danger,
So if you get one jump away from him, his other fatality is back, down, back, run.
I actually think, because classic Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat was, I think, oh yeah, that's right. Oh shit, that's right. Okay.
Well, nope, never mind. No more fatalities.
Yeah. Pennywise will be in Mortal Kombat. I really don't want that. I'd rather have Doom Guy.
Yeah, I'd rather have Doom Guy.
Because I got Jason, I got Freddy, and I even got Leatherface for the mere fact that Leatherface is probably one of my most terrifying fucking, I am deathly afraid of fucking Leatherface. I hate chainsaws. I have a fear of them. Just, ugh. But, oh my god, will I actually beat him with... But with Doom Guy, it's like both like Mortal Kombat and oh shit. You know, both Mortal Kombat and Doom have 25 years of history when it comes to gaming. They're one of the biggest. Oh god, no! No! I almost beat him with fucking Motar or Sub-Zero.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. You got robbed. You got robbed. Ah, okay. Okay, a lot of interesting chats here. I think they could explore the Dream Realm more in MK11. We only have a glimpse at MKX. I'm still debating on how that would work because aren't the realms already a dream of the one beings? And it's like, yeah, they are, but that doesn't preclude the possibility that the mortals that have their own dreams within the one being's dreams also could have their own realm interconnected to it somehow. I don't know. I've never really been a fan of the idea that your dreams are real and they exist somewhere in another reality. But now that MK's gone that direction, I guess they kind of have to commit to it, you know?
I guess I'm being cheap.
Shiva?
Yep.
Alright.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
The Doom Slayer has like so many possibilities when it comes to variations. Like, I get that Pennywise can shapeshift, but it's like, that's about all he can do. Like,
you know,
you
yeah,
already have that.
Right. Well, you know, with Doom Guy, I would really like, you know, that Doom had like those acid levels that, you know, like kind of like the Deadpool that you could wade through, which is very similar to Mortal Kombat. They have, obviously, it uses guns and weapons and stuff like that that Mortal Kombat didn't really make use of, at least not in those days. But they had demons, you know, they had like cyber demons and stuff like that. It had a really interesting mix of high-tech versus mythological about it, which, and, you know, not to mention fighting beings from other worlds, that I think Doom and Mortal Kombat, with the violence and the controversy around the same time, they go together hand in hand. This crossover needs to happen.
Yeah, well, and see, you know, what kind of gear can Pennywise have, other than just, you know, just the retro costume and the default costume? Like, what can you put him in? Because, I mean, Leatherface...
Like, maybe different clown noses, maybe different wigs. Maybe a version of him where he looks more like Ronald McDonald.
Well, see, like, with Doom, you got Classic Doom, you got Doom 3, and then you got New Doom. And then with, like, stuff like Quake Champions and what they do with Doom Guy. And the thing is that, like, Doom Guy doesn't... He's I mean, I guess he could be used as a zoner, but when you play Doom, it's very up close and personal. But
yeah,
when you... From what I'm looking at Mortal Kombat 11, from the European side, not the US competitive side, Jesus Christ, that's a business. But, you know, the game looks very up close and personal. God.
Well, I really like the atmosphere of Doom, and if they're gonna bring in a guy like Doom Guy as a character, I hope they give him his own arena that's selectable in the game. I would really like to see that. The guests didn't have that, and I don't think they really needed it. But I think for this time it would be... It would be warranted.
That would be cool, just seeing the icon of Sin.
Yeah. And, you know, like, even with a nod to, like, a throwback to the classic Doom theme song, it'd be cool.
Hold up. Will Havoc be in Mortal Kombat 11? Since the guy that's writing the comics is the writer for Mortal Kombat 11, I highly doubt that, because I think they killed him off in the comics.
But does that really matter?
That is true, but maybe Mortal Kombat 12 because I think this is just going to be reserved for Mortal Kombat 2 and some of the new characters.
I mean, you mentioned that they were bringing Sean Kittleson in. Like, they had him doing the comics for MKX, and now he's kind of helping do story mode for MK11. I think they will definitely name drop Havoc, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will get references because if they're trying to change the timeline, like maybe like how they did Cobra, like oh he's dead, but you know they can always bring him back. You know.
Yeah, especially with somebody like Chronica.
If Kano's in, which God I really hope not. You know, they can reference, you know, Kira and everybody else coming back. Fuck. But yeah, I have a strong dislike for Kano coming back in MK11 for the mere fact that like with Mortal Kombat X, I feel like that should have been the end of Sonya and Kano's rivalry. Like, yeah, Kano got caught. He's in jail. That should have just been the end. Like, I wouldn't mind him as DLC, but not in story. God damn it. But yeah, and I fucking hate that like they're not showing any of the 3D era characters love. Like, I mean, yeah, granted they gave, you know, Bo Raicho, Kenshi, and everybody, but those were like fan favorites. You know, well, I don't know about Bo Raicho, but
yeah, I think people liked Tanya also, big time.
oh yeah, and then oh god.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of potential there.
Yeah. And with the comics, what I don't like about it is that they just kill half the damn 3D cast. Like one of my favorite characters, Movado. They just fucking straight up, Cassie and Jackie just straight up gangs up on him and kills him. And it's like, really? And then Su Hao, I think he has potential. Maybe just change his design a bit. God damn it.
Scorpion killed him in the comics.
Yeah, put a hand through his head and shit. God damn it. Shit bastard. Yeah, see, I don't think Tremor's gonna be in, sadly, because of Garrus. Oh shit! God damn it! I'm fine.
At least he didn't get a flawless on you.
Oh, I'm pressing the wrong fucking button. By the way, to answer, program of gaming, can you, go to my channel real quick and, grab a video for me? It's the, story structure one. Oh god, son of a bitch. But yeah, for Mortal Kombat 11, I hope that they change the chapter system. I feel the same way for the mere fact that it gives plot armor, and then you got stuff like the ending of Mortal Kombat X. There we go. But yeah. Oh shit.
Either way, I really think we're going to be very happy with story mode. I don't think we'll be disappointed in what NetherRealm gives us.
Yeah, I just don't want plot armor. Well, I mean, yes, of course, there's gonna be plot armor in every story, but I mean, Mortal Kombat 9 was just, or Mortal Kombat X was just, Jesus, just wow, it was stupid.
I do think that characters like Fujin and Li Mei, actually, no, let me take it back. Fujin and Frost could have been worked in very easily. In fact, Fujin and Frost were both big parts, and so was Li Mei of MKX's story mode. I really think that the way they did it, they could have handled Frost a little bit better.
Yeah, like, she was cool in the comics, like that MMA shit. That was
yeah.
That
yeah.
Which I kind of hope that's what we get in the future. Is just something like that. God damn it, Shao.
Yeah, Fujin was appointed as Protector of Earth in MMK4 in his ending, and then they like totally ignored it. But they confirmed in Deadly Alliance that Raiden was promoted to Elder God. So that's weird because it's like, all right, if Raiden gets promoted to Elder God, that means he's no longer the Protector of Earth, so he assigns Fujin as that role. So then for them to say, yeah, that part about Raiden becoming an Elder God was true, and then they just kind of never deal with the fact that that means Fujin's the Protector of Earth, and they just kind of didn't say anything about him. That was just weird. Now in the new timeline, I don't know. I don't think Fujin ever really has officially been declared Protector of Earth in the new timeline at all. But maybe that's something they'll cover in MK11. I'm hoping.
And like the theory is that if Fujin's in, Raiden's just gonna kill him. Just to show how big and bad Raiden is, which I don't really want that to happen, but I mean, people keep on asking for him. I think they're getting tired of it, so I kind of can see that happening.
Yeah.
Just them to put him in. Just there we go. But yeah, Fujin is a highly requested character, and if Edwin is right about the oh god. God damn it, why do you do this to me?
Dude, watching you get frustrated like this is so funny.
Dude. God damn it.
Yeah, you should have had that.
God, why do you do this?
You're doing all the right things, man. Just, you know, luck of the draw. Unpopular opinion, but I like Darius. Oh, God. He's got nothing on Dairu. When I think about it in the new timeline, Raiden doesn't gain Elder God status during Shinnok's invasion, and Kai doesn't show up in MKX as well. Yeah, it's true.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Well, see, Shao Kahn's difficulty is kind of like bouncing around. They always are going to give you an easy Shao Kahn, I think, for round 2. So the trick is try and beat him during round 1. If you beat him during round 1, then they're going to give you, when he's hard, then they're going to give you an easy Shao Kahn either during round 2 or 3. So as long as you beat him during round 1, you should be okay.
I feel like it's the other way around. I think 1 is the easiest.
I don't think I've ever seen you beat him in round 1.
There we go. Is that the glitch you were talking about?
Yeah, you nailed it. I do think that since Raiden kind of went from being the protector of Earth to being Dark Raiden, they just kind of skipped a step. That maybe the Elder Gods could appoint Fujin, or maybe Fujin could just take it upon himself, I don't know, to serve as Earth's protector.
Oh, there we go, baby.
Good job, man. Good job.
And no, Es Muy Rico, I know exactly what you're talking about. God, I fucking hate that fight. It took me weeks to fight him on the Vita because of how it's controlled.
You know, that guy from earlier said that his dad took the week off to fight Shao Kahn in MK9. He took the week off of work because he had to beat Shao Kahn in MK9. Omega is heal, that's who I was thinking of. So I love the fact that you can see a fatality in this ending. You can literally see somebody being blown apart to smithereens.
So what's next? 4, and then we have to go through one shitty game and then one good, very, very good lore-heavy game. And then, yeah, we should be good.
Now, how easy is it for you to run 4 on your system?
I have a copy of 4 on the PlayStation 1.
Ah, okay, good.
Yeah, so I'll do that. And then I don't know about the shit one, which I think you all know what I'm talking about when I talk about
It's a very special one.
yeah, the one we do not speak of.
I don't like that game, but I know there are people that force themselves to play it.
Yep, I'm one of those because when I talk
You
about
see what I did there? See what I did there with the word force? Huh?
25 years, people. We have to go through everything, even if it's horrible. It's God. Why? I'm putting myself through this torture, so. But yeah, but overall, oof. God, I really do like MK3. Like that, it's about the same love that I have for Third Strike.
You know, I was listening to an interview with John Tobias, and he explained that one of the things they did differently for MK3 was they had the characters wear a lot of tighter fitting clothing. So in the first game, in parts 1 and 2, they wore a lot of loose fitting stuff. And for part 3, they made them wear a bunch of tights, like more like superhero kind of aesthetics.
Yeah.
And that made it a lot easier for them when they were doing the filming process, for them to capture stuff like jumps and things like that. Because if you try to imagine the difficulty they would have had with clothing being baggy and kind of moving around during the jumping process, it was hard to get the graphics to look right. They had to film everything like a couple different times to make it fit properly from one frame to the next. But when everything was tight, like they are here in 3, everything just worked as they filmed it. So it made the filming process much smoother.
Yeah, and see, my favorite MK3 actually hosts my favorite costume for a character, and that's MK3 Sonya.
Yeah, MK3 Sonya. That's all the costumes look very high tech and futuristic. I think maybe, except for like Nightwolf's. Everybody else really has some like kind of futuristic hints going on in their costume design.
Yeah, so I mean, I like the reason why I just like the green, the white, and the black. It all looks perfect, and then with the headband with the curl over the hair, that always was my favorite.
Yeah, it was well done. It was definitely well done.
But yeah, holy shit. So oh wow, it's already 11:52. Oof. But actually, since you were there at London, do you want to talk about anything?
Yeah. So I was there in London covering the reveal party for Mortal Kombat Online.com. It was great. I'm really impressed with the level that Warner Brothers is going to market the game. I guess I gotta say, like, I loved having a chance to play the game and kind of like see what MK11 is like. I will say this: the hits do a lot less damage, so it's like as you're playing, the rounds last a lot longer. You know what I mean? You can chip away at the person. You have to chip away at them for a little bit longer than you did in MK9 and MKX. This also means that, like, if you're doing really well and you're doing like a combo or 2 or 3, 4 combos in a row, if you're not normally a good player and you just have a little bit of good luck, well, you're in for a rough ride because you got to make that luck last a little bit longer.
There we go. Sorry, I'm back. I had to get to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
But,
well, yeah, it was really nice to be able to play MK11. I really like what I saw of story mode. It was also really cool that I had a chance to talk to people like Aaron Pieperderkis, Derek Kurtzik, and Sean Hemrick. Like, the developers that they sent to London, they were great. They made time for me. I got a chance to do some really good interviews. I don't know if you guys saw those. Survived Combatants, I'm sure you saw them.
oh yeah, you posted a lot of pictures on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I was definitely keeping up with the social media there. And it's important, you know, because people need to see what's going on and what's happening with the MK11 stuff. The artwork and the atmosphere that they had at the place, it was absolutely incredible. I guess I will. Let me see if I can find the interviews. I guess I'll link to the interviews here. So if anybody hasn't seen them yet, you should. Let me find it real quick. Bear with me. Okay, so I'll just link to an article on MK Online that has all 3 interviews in one embedded in one big article. But these are cool. The guys revealed a lot of stuff. The staff was very nice. They were very accommodating. You know, I think they told us as much as they could. They were trying not to let too much secret information slip out, but sometimes it happens. You know, sometimes you get a couple tidbits that try as they might to try to be on guard. So it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. They had a lot of cool stuff there. They had like MK11 glow sticks and coins that they were giving out and steel cases and stuff like that.
Yeah, see, that I would have loved to go to something like that in Cali.
Well, you should think about going to C2E2. It's in March and it's in Chicago. So I don't know how far that is from you, but you should definitely see if you can get out there.
Oh wow. Let's see. Chicago Comic. Oh, okay. March, you say? Ooh, April, March. Oh wow, that's in 2 months. Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking about going to Combo Breaker this year.
Ah, yeah, also a cool one to go to.
So yeah, I'm thinking about going to a lot of places this year. Since I have a job, I have money, I do want to explore.
Well, if you go to C2E2, that's where you'll get a chance to meet people like Dan Pesina, Richard DeVigio, you know, John Parrish, Anthony Marquez. A lot of the guys who you see right here on the screen in front of you will be there, so it's pretty fun.
Let's see. Anything in the chat?
You sound torn. You sound torn about it.
Huh? Oh yeah, I'm tired. I've been up all this entire week. It's just, but yeah, I actually might go to that. It just depends on like how work is, if I can get any time off for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you have time, you don't have money, and when you have money, you don't have time. So it is difficult to try to find that right balance to where you have enough money to go to all these things you want to do. But you know, you mentioned Combo Breaker. That might be a fun thing to attend as well. I try to attend as many of these things as I can, but you know what? There's always more. It's always like, I wish I could have done that too. Like I see how much fun some of the guys had who went to the LA side of things. It's like, oh darn it, the LA guys got this hourglass thing that we didn't get over at London. I saw a skateboard over there that on the LA side, we didn't have that in London. It's like, man, the grass is always greener on the other side. I'm really glad I went and got to do what I did. It was a lot of fun.
Definitely, yeah. See, I wish I could go to something like that because it was popping on Twitter with all the photos and everything. It was like you know, Brustpoet went, and I think I'm pretty sure History went. But yeah.
Well, see, my friends at the Mortal Kombat Online side, Scott Howell and Fatal Cade, they had a chance to you know,